You know what's funny? There's quite a few people that know this is going on my 6th year in iRacing, and they've been asking me quite a bit lately. They go, "Do you still love it?" I'm like, "Well, what do you mean by it? Dirt racing? I think I'll always love that. But iRacing? Well, let's discuss that." All right. So, first things first. Do I love iRacing? Yes. iRacing gave me what I've been looking for a long time, which is a dirt oval experience. I was a big fan of the World of Outlaws game on 360, and ever since that game, it was it was actually my brother's game. I borrowed it a bunch, and then I don't even know where the game ended up. But it was such a rare game that I remember GameStop had it for like $50. And this was like the game was pretty old at this point. And so I didn't buy it, and I just always talked about how I wanted a dirt oval game. I wanted something that I could race. And I had seen, of course, everything spies on us, because then I started getting commercials about iRacing all the time. And I was like, well, I like NASCAR games. I just don't know if I had the time to get into a NASCAR game. And I was like, well, maybe. I was like, we'll think about it. And then all of a sudden I saw the commercial, and they're like, coming soon to iRacing. And then it showed the cars, and it was like, iRacing Dirt. And that was it for me. I immediately told my girlfriend, I was like, I'm sorry, but I'm about to spend a lot of money on a computer and a rig, and I'm going to get into this because this is everything that I wanted. And so I did, and it's been almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years in November. And do I regret it? No. Especially when you spend the kind of money that most of us have spent. I went from one monitor and a rig I built out of 2x4s to VR to an actual professionally built rig, racing rig, and triples, and Fanatec stuff, and it's cost me quite a bit of money over the years, and so it's it's hard to look at it and think about regretting it because of the money and time invested in it. So now, obviously, as with everything, there's always a but. Yes, I love iRacing, but there's some things that I don't like that have kind of made the game a little stale, and made the whole experience not enjoyable. And this one's going to be kind of a loaded subject, so buckle up. But one of my biggest issues with the sim right now is setup shops. Now, before you jump down my throat, I know there's dozens upon dozens upon dozens of threads against setup shops all over any forum you look at. Facebook, Reddit, the iRacing forums, they're all over the place. And while I don't agree with those necessarily, because they're always complaining about price, and they're always complaining about the wrong thing. And what I have an issue with is the entitlement it's caused. You see on too much. It's on a pretty regular basis now, this entitlement that these guys have, that you owe them a spot. If they've keyed up and gone, dude, I'm faster than you, move. Like, I'm sorry? Like, where'd that come from? Oh, behind me? Weird. My favorite race car driver of all time once said, you can catch me, but you still gotta pass me. Catching me and passing me, two totally different things. If you're as fast as you say you are, you can get by me. And then a lot of times these guys end up just wrecking people or doing some kind of really, really bogus, reckless move that ends up catching a couple guys involved, and it's everyone else's fault. And like I said, it's bred this entitlement in the community that they're owed things because they race for a champion or because they race for a pro. And it's like public service announcement, bro. You're not. He might be, but you're not. And, you know, and neither am I. So, it's like I don't really have the room to talk, but it's the entitlement, and it's just getting bad. It's getting really, really bad. And the problem, I think, is this. I used to race for a setup shop, right? So disclaimer, I'm not against it. And I was the fastest I ever was with that setup shop. Speed Shop 51. And I love those guys. I had a great time. It didn't quite work out. There was a little bit of a scheduling thing. I was on early. They were on later. It just didn't really work out, really. And I didn't want to waste their time, and I think they would have appreciated that. And but I didn't have any really bad experience. And so I'm not against setup shops doing what they're doing. But the problem is they're not teaching people how to drive. And that's not their job. They're selling setups. They're not selling, workshops and how to drive. And, I guess technically they are. I think most of them do sell like one-on-ones. But people don't buy one-on-ones. They just want the setup because they think, I bought the setup. That means I'm fast. Well, that's not the case. I put my dad in this rig and let him race a setup that I beaten pros with. And, he wasn't setting down any kind of good lap times that would have kept him on the lead lap. And it just goes to show you, it doesn't matter how fast the car you're driving is. If you don't know how to drive it, you are not going to be fast. So with that being said, if you're still like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, I'm going to buy setup shops stuff anyways. And that's fine. Go ahead and do it. But what I recommend is even if you go ahead and buy it, find a community. Find something on Discord. There's a bunch out there. School of Sim Racing, and this isn't a plug for School of Sim Racing. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. But I came up through SSR, and so did Tim. And I wouldn't be where I am today without SSR. They taught me how to drive. They taught me racecraft. They taught me not just how to throw sliders, but when to throw a slider, how to make sure my slider's clear. I always hate I need mirrors so I can see if my slider's clear. It's like, dude, if you need a mirror to know if your slider's clear, then you're doing it wrong. I know my slider's going to be clear when I throw it. And that's just because I know I've been doing it long enough. I've got tens upon tens of thousands of laps under my belt. I don't even know. 50, 60,000 laps easy. Because it doesn't track what I race in league, so I will never know how many laps I've done. But it's a lot. It's a large number. And I've also missed. I've tried to slide people and missed and fed them a right rear. So I've learned through failure how to race properly. And no setup shop in the world is ever going to give you that kind of knowledge and experience. So, with that being said, I think, again, setup shops are great once you have the foundation to use it properly. So join a community. I'll leave a link in my Discord below. If you're looking for people to race with and you're just looking for a little guidance, join my Discord. Join the School of Sim Racing's Discord. I'll even leave a link to their Discord in my description. Just join somebody that is going to teach you how to race. I just can't express enough how valuable that kind of information is going to be. And it's information that's free. They don't charge you for asking questions. They don't. And I never will. I will never charge anybody for setups. I will never be that guy. I don't give people setups because, again, I'm not about that. I'm not about just giving people setups. I'm about, well, you show me how you drive, and I'll help you figure out how to make your car faster. So, if that's what you're looking for, join the Discord, and I'll help you out the best I can. So all in all, do I love iRacing after 6 years? Yes. Do I think you should get it? Yes. Absolutely. Come on out. Let's get these lobbies going. Let's fill these lobbies back up. And let's have some fun. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Hit the like and subscribe if you did. Join the Discord, man. Again, if you guys are looking for a community, people to drive with and race with, let's try and build something fun. I've been wanting to start a league of my own, and I think once I get a good enough, not good enough, but I guess once the numbers are good enough in Discord, I'll do that. So if you guys are looking for leagues to join, if you guys are just looking for people to race with and talk to and bounce ideas off of, and looking for people that you can lean on when your car's not handling right, join the Discord, and we'll do the best we can. But enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for coming by the video, and thanks for listening to me rant. I really appreciate it, and we will see you in the next one.